Just what is Jessica Tarlov's problem with Elon Musk? Is it a man crush? Welcome to the Doug in Exile channel. I'm so glad you guys have found me. Of course, my people know what to do. You know, the do, and then you write a little do. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna find out. We're gonna do a deep psychological look into Jessica Tarlov. And then, of course, Gutfeld's going to beat her into the ground, and her days have to be numbered over at Fox. I don't know. But welcome. Let's watch and laugh at her, not with her, at her.
Jessica, that is another achievement of DOGE. When you have Democrats getting on board by saying we can do it better, that's a win. I mean, we're not, Republicans aren't saying, hey, we're doing this and you aren't. We're saying we're doing this. Why don't you do it too? And having Gavin say that is kind of a victory for everybody.
Sure, but Gavin is just returning to the legacy of DOGE, which is Bill Clinton and Al Gore's from the 90s when they did it the right way and they actually consulted with Congress.
Who cares who's first, Jessica?
You just said you want the win.
No, I'm happy that everybody's
fine.
Joining.
Kumbaya.
Exactly.
Namaste.
Yes.
It's so good. Okay, she brings up Clinton and Gore, which is nothing like as deep as Trump and Elon Musk and DOGE are suggesting on cutting government waste. It's the equivalent to like Clinton, maybe took the candy dish out of the lobby at the White House was their idea of making deep cuts. Nothing was struck of significance. Some stuff, oversight was going on. There was some small cuts. Nothing like what these guys are coming out. And I'll also say it's not under Clinton and Gore. Clinton only did it because of Newt Gingrich. If he was going to work with the Senate and have any kind of a win, he made a deal with Newt Gingrich to help cut spending. So it was a fiscal conservative Republican that got Bill Clinton to stop spending like a drunken sailor on furlough in Tokyo.
Namaste, my friends. Why don't Democrats care about the debt? Go back through history and look at who adds more to the debt, and it is the Republicans. Look at the reconciliation bill that they want to push through, 4.5 trillion. Donald Trump added more than everyone.
We can wait for that.
Yeah, let's wait for it.
Wait, don't wait for it. I'll answer you now. What is Trump adding in the unreconciled bill? He's doubling the ICE agents. The actual border security part that he's having to put into this bill to pay for is to raise Department of Homeland Security workers up by 65%. That's a huge increase in cost. But I wonder why we have to spend so much more on the southern border. Why do we have to, Jessica? Why do you think we have to spend 65% more on ICE agents, border patrol, the wall, militarizing the border? Why, Jessica? Why do we have to spend that money? She'll never figure it out. If you can figure it out, because I think my audience is kind of smart, let me know in the comments below.
Let's also talk about the clear failure of DOGE based on their own set goals. We started at 2 trillion, then we moved to 1 trillion. Now we're at 160 billion.
For now, right now. It keeps adding up.
Well, it is a problem. You want to always compare things.
I didn't see Congress doing that.
She's just getting hit by all sides, hit by pies on all sides. I will back up Jessica Tarlov on that. The original numbers of we're going to cut $1 trillion. That was half of the budget. Elon Musk did come down on those numbers. Remember, his goal was to cut $5 billion a day. We're going to do some simple math. This is me just coming up with it myself, right? In Trump's first 100 days, if it was $5 billion a day, that would be $500 billion if he hit his goal. And he only hit a goal of about 160 to $200 billion in cuts. Okay. So he's down by, he's doing about a third of what he was aiming for on his goal. So she's right that he's not doing enough, but that's not the Democrat stance. It's not her stance either. They're all going like, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. You're firing too many people. So even as aggressive as he's been, which is only hitting 1/3 of his numbers, the Democrats are setting their hair on fire saying, it's too much. You came in with an axe, not a scalpel. You came in with a chainsaw. I've got those quotes. They're so stupid. There's 500 people, Democrats, repeating the same thing. In principle, they don't want to do more. And the other point, which is a good defense from Gutfeld, is, look, it's cumulative. You got to give it a little more time to add up. I do believe that those cuts will be more significant coming up, because right now DOGE is actually doing different things than just cutting. They're actually doing a lot of digital work and IT work to make the government remotely functional on computers. Retirement forms and stuff that were that thick and hand done, they're making them more automated and using computers. So there's a lot of tech work that they're doing on infrastructure. They can't even get to the cuts yet, Jessica.
If you want to, which you always do, to compare this to private sector standards, if you hired McKinsey to come in and to cut $2 trillion, then they said, oh, we'll get you $1 billion. Then they say, we'll get you $160 billion. You'd say, you're not doing a very good job. And also, maybe you were spreading lies about what's actually going on in the federal government.
$1.6 billion a day so far.
But the real story of DOGE is that Elon Musk has $38 billion in government contracts, has not had a penny of his money touched. Well, he's going around cutting other people's contracts.
Oh, here comes the conspiracy now of Elon Musk hasn't had his money touched. He's coming in to take money away from other people. And he's just trying to protect his own money. By the way, it is a known fact, no one has paid more taxes in the history of America than Elon Musk. He has paid by himself, $10 billion a year in taxes on his businesses. So Jessica's going like, he's really just trying to conspire to keep from going after his own money. Well, if there's as much waste, fraud, and abuse in Tesla, in his contracts, even his government contracts, I would think Elon Musk would want to have them audited. So again, this is a purely unfounded conspiracy from her. The reason why Musk hasn't been hit the way the US government is US government does not operate like a business. Unfortunately, they've been grifting fraudulent money. They've been exposed. And she can't figure out which side she's on this issue.
And there was a new congressional report out this week that found that he was up for $2.37 billion in potential fines across 11 agencies. And what has he been doing? He has been cutting the people who are investigating him.
Good. Cut them all. Do you know why there's so many investigations against him? Because Joe Biden weaponized the entire government against Elon Musk once he purchased X. After that, all of these government agencies investigated him, ran fines on him, tried dogging his business down. Biden did that. That's why when you get back in office, when Elon Musk starts having influence, you cut those people. They're corrupt. Good. Cut them all. Okay, you guys tell me in the chat below, how long will Jessica Tarlov last? One last tweet to make my point at Jessica Tarlov and the Democrats. This one was posted by Elon Musk. It says 96% of media coverage of Kilmar Abrego Garcia is positive. That's the gang member that was deported. He got 96% positive media, and 96% of media coverage of Elon Musk is negative. One man was an illegal gang member, and the other man is exposing government theft. So telling and so true. And on that very factual point, you guys have now had your mind cleansed. We put a rag in one ear and we pulled it out the other and went and cleaned it all the murky lies of the media. Thank you guys for watching. Doug in Exile.